Donald Trump often encouraged his supporters in chants of "lock her up" at his rallies, saying his political opponent, Hillary Clinton, should go to prison for using a private email server. But it is Trump who now finds himself indicted by a New York grand jury over a $130,000 hush money payment made to an adult film actor in the weeks before the 2016 election. Trump has denied any wrongdoing and accused the Manhattan district attorney who brought the charges, Alvin Bragg, a Democrat, of pursuing a political witch hunt to thwart his bid for the White House in 2024. President Joe Biden declined to comment when he was asked if he was concerned about protests after the indictment. In New York, a small group turned out to say Trump should face a fair trial for the charges a grand jury of ordinary Americans agreed to bring against him. In West Palm Beach, Florida, near where Trump lives, defenders came out to support him. Trump had called for massive protests if he is indicted. One expert told VOA the whole world will be watching to see if the protests are peaceful or if political violence erupts, as it did on January 6, 2021, when Trump supporters seized the U.S. Capitol.
I think it's going to be a kind of benchmark for other countries to see if the spirit of January 6th is over and done with, or if there's still the potential for civic unrest in the U.S. related to these questions of President Trump and President Biden and the transition from one to the other and the kind of current status of President Trump.
A number of prominent Republicans have joined Trump in denouncing the indictment as politically motivated, including former Vice President Mike Pence and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Both are viewed as potential competitors with Trump for the Republican presidential nomination. This troubles one expert who spoke with VOA.
I am very disappointed that there are Republican leaders, not all of them, but some of them, who are criticizing this indictment, which they have not even read because it is sealed.
Until now, the closest the U.S. has ever been to indicting a former president was Richard Nixon. Facing likely impeachment, he resigned and left the White House in 1974. Nixon did not face criminal charges because he was pardoned by his successor, Gerald Ford.
Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
But a number of other democratic countries have investigated, prosecuted, and in many cases convicted and jailed former leaders, including South Korea, Italy, and France. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is currently on trial on corruption charges. Cecile Shea told VOA she is concerned about Trump's potentially widening legal troubles because of what she described as almost a cult of personality among his supporters. She noted the political climate in America is much more emotional and polarized today than when Nixon left office nearly 50 years ago. Cindy Saine, VOA News.